Toy Story 4 has now been in theaters for like 3 days, meaning it is time to rank every single Toy Story movie from the first one all the way up to the fourth one from worst to best, even though they're all amazing. Just like everybody else, grew up with this franchise. It is definitely up there with some of my favorite franchises of all time, whether it be The Avengers, whether it be Mission Impossible. This is one of my favorite franchises ever in cinematic history, and no other franchise has been able to compete with how well received this series of films has been. Toy Story 1 and Toy Story 2 hold 100% ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. Toy Story 3 has a 98%, and then Toy Story 4 has either a 97 or 98%. That is huge. These movies were so well received. They have been a part of pretty much everybody's childhood. For some people, it's been there for a good amount of their lives. For some people, it's been there for most of their lives. And for some people, it has been there for all of their lives. And to say that there is a worst one isn't saying much at all, because every single one of these movies is spectacular, a cinematic masterpiece of its own, in its own way. So just know that I love all of these movies. There is no right or wrong. This is just my list. It's my personal opinion. And yeah, I wanted to put that out there. I am not saying that this is the definitive list. This is just my personal subjective opinion. Coming in at fourth and last place, we have the original Toy Story movie from 1995. This movie is very small scale, in my opinion. Rewatching the other ones and then watching Toy Story 4, it really makes you realize how small this movie is. I can probably tell you this movie takes place definitely within a 10-mile radius. You go to Pizza Planet, you go to Sid's house, who is like right next door to Andy. You have Andy's old house, and then you have the area when Andy is moving from his old house to his new house, and that's pretty much everywhere we go. This movie doesn't take as many risks as I would like it to, and like I said, it's just a very small film, but it has some great emotional stuff, it has some great character development, and it has its own place. It doesn't fall short of anything. It has its own place. The other films I just think do a better job. Coming in at third place, we have got Toy Story 2. For a long time, I thought this was the funniest out of the series. That opinion has definitely changed by now, but I still think this is a perfect sequel. If you want my elaborate thoughts, you can go ahead and click that card right up above. But basically summarizing it all, I think this movie improves on the original in a bunch of ways. More humorous, more character development, a lot of that Woody Buzz dynamic that this franchise is known for. The two main characters, we have a lot of interactions between them. Some of the side characters do get a bit annoying, especially Jessie. At times, though, all of them are great characters in their own right, but there are some missteps with this movie, but I still think it is an absolutely perfect movie, save for some of those nitpicks, and it comes in at third place. Before I give you my top two, let me know what your list is in the comment section down below. Like I said at the beginning, there is no right or wrong list. There is just our own subjective personal opinions. Let's disagree, perfectly fine. Let me know in the comment section. And this top two has changed a lot for me. It will probably change again 10 minutes after I make this video. But my number 2 spot ultimately is going to be Toy Story 3. I think this is easily the most emotional out of the movies, and that's a positive, and it can also be considered a negative at times, because this movie can get bogged down by a lot of its emotional beats at times. It gets a bit dark, and because it's a kid's movie at its heart, that can get a bit, depressing. I still think the emotional beats play off very, very well. You care for these characters. You've spent, at this point, this movie came out in 2010, so you've spent, 15 years with these characters. I mean, it's just very, very emotional. It's just very deep, very dark, and I think this is still one of the greatest endings in all of cinema. Not the greatest ending, but one of the greatest endings. I mean, it's absolutely heartbreaking, and this was the end of Andy's story. It wasn't the end of the series itself, which is where our number 1 spot comes in, and I think the best Toy Story movie is the most recent Toy Story 4. Easily the most well-rounded movie out of all of them, has a little bit of everything, especially humor. Humor is apparent all throughout the movie, some great laughs thrown in there. I did a review, you can check it out in the cards right up above. But I mean, guys, this movie's ending took me by absolute surprise. I should have seen it coming. It was so apparent. It was right in front of my face. I don't know how I didn't. I had my jaw dropped pretty much all the way to the ground. And I mean, the ending just hit me so hard. The last line in this movie sent chills straight through down my spine. And I think this has everything. It has great animation, it has compelling characters, it has a great ending, it has some great humor, it has great everything. And all of these movies are absolutely fantastic in their own way. But that is my list. Let me know what yours is in the comment section down below. Did you enjoy this video? If you did, make sure to hit that like button. And if you want to see more videos like this one in the future, make sure to click that subscribe button as well as that notification bell, because I do movie news, movie reviews, trailer reactions, all that stuff. So if you want to see that, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit that bell. And yeah, guys, that's going to be it for today. Until next time, stay positive.